you are done, follow the path to the human monument. Speak to Joshua, the man directly beside the monument.
You must kill the leader of the orcs. Bring the rune to me as soon as you've found it.
You should now have received a quest. Open your inventory and select the quest book page. In the middle of the window, you will see all your current uncompleted quests. And on the right, you have received. When you close your inventory. Go to the monument, select it, and click on the rune symbol in the action bar. The moment you occupy a worker monument, things get serious. You can now summon human work. The worker will appear in a couple of seconds.
Here I am.
You may also click the symbol several times to order more workers. Produce at least 5 workers.
Master of the rune?
When you have selected the monument, you will see numbers indicating your At present, you can produce up to 20 workers. The maximum number of workers increases when you construct larger headquarters. On the upper right, you will now find a portrait for human workers. The number indicates how many human workers are currently not doing a job. You can select a free worker with a click on the portrait button. Workers can collect different resources. To the left of the monument, you will find a stone. To have workers collect a resource, select one or more workers and then click with the right mouse button directly on a tree, a stone, or an ore deposit. Only workers may figure in this selection. On the top edge of the screen, you will see the amount of resources you already have acquired. You can use resources to construct buildings, or summon combat units to a monument. Select workers and send them with the right mouse button to chop down trees, collect stone and mine ore until you have at least 50 units of each of these 3 basic resources.
Off to work. Yes? Break's over, time for work. Here I am. Understood. Off to work.
Here, now. I'm ready. Let's go.
to go. Here we go. Yes. Let's get cracking then. At your service. As good as done.
Very good. You now have sufficient resources to construct your first
No
buildings.
problem.
Select a worker and click on the building symbol in the action bar. A selection of buildings will appear. Click on the woodcutter hut and select a site in the game world near the forest to start construction by clicking
I'm on
the
it.
left mouse button. The selected worker
I am.
will now begin to erect the building. You can select additional
Here we
workers
go.
and send them to the construction site with the right click, should you want construction to progress faster. Now select some other workers and build a quarry near the stone resources and a mine near the iron.
Your orders? Off to work. Yes. Let's get cracking then. Understood. Break's over, time for work. Building completed. As good as done. Building completed. Orders? As good as done.
In each of these resource buildings, up to 5 workers can advance to the status of so-called craftsmen. Craftsmen have different clothing and special tools, and are twice as efficient as simple workers. When you select a finished building, then you can see how many craftsmen are already assigned to this building in the selection window. When you click an empty symbol, and there is another free worker available, he will be assigned to the building. When you click an occupied symbol, a worker will be released. Those workers that construct a building automatically take over the free jobs in the building insofar as they are available. When you send a worker to a building with the right mouse button, you can fill free jobs. This way, workers who, for example, chop down trees, will automatically look for free jobs in woodcutter houses and start doing them in a short time. Wait until all 3 buildings are finished. Should construction work fail to continue on a building, this means you have mistakenly removed all the workers from the construction site. Now your resources should increase much faster. Keep an eye on the individual stocks and, if necessary, assign your workers to other jobs. In order to recruit a larger army, you will need food. Humans are very flexible and are able to catch fish, hunt or breed animals, and grow grain. In the area surrounding your base, you will find a number of animals. Build a hunting lodge to gather food. Additionally, construct a small headquarters so that you will have up to 30 workers at your disposal.
Let's get cracking then. At your service. Off to work. Building completed. Yes, I'm on it. Master of the room. Here we go. Your orders? As good as done. Your orders? Building completed.
I shall not fail.
Ready to go.
You can send up to 5
Breaks over,
workers
time for
to the
service.
hunting lodge to collect food faster. The amount of the food you have stored determines the maximum size of your army. The flags on the buildings show you whom the buildings belong to and if workers are currently active in this building. If you look carefully, you will see that the lake behind the human monument is full of fish. There are also some berry bushes on the bank of the lake, but these serve exclusively as
Ready to
food
go.
for elves. Now you should do something to defend your settlement. Build 2 towers in the area around the stone slabs, as enemies might come from this direction.
Ready to go. Let's get cracking then.
Yes, forwards.
At your service. Your orders? As good as done. Yes? Off to work. Ready to go. Building completed. Let's get cracking then. Building completed.
Destiny awaits.
At
Some
your service.
goblins
Right
are
then.
attacking your settlement. You will soon hear an alarm signal and see a red symbol on the
my
overview
way.
map indicating the site of the attack. Defend your town with your avatar and your hero.
Blue warriors, stand by me.
Excellent. The attack has been thwarted. By the
Here,
way,
to
whenever you
adventure.
hear an alarm signal, you can use the space bar to immediately switch to the site of the action.
Follow me.
If your towers are damaged, you can have them repaired. Select one or more workers for the job and click the right mouse button on the damaged structure.
I shall not fail.
You can not
Follow me.
only summon workers at a human monument, but also human warriors and mages. Single warriors summoned at the human monument will not be as strong as your avatar. Now it is time to build an army. Firstly, you will need to construct a forge.
Master of the rune? Let's get cracking then. Building completed.
Weapons and armor for battle units will be manufactured in this forge. If you have several forges, you can produce units faster. Battle units are also summoned to human monuments. If you would like to establish a rally point for new units, select the human monument and click with the right mouse button on the desired destination. The appearance of a little flag indicates that the summoned combat units will assemble at this point. Select the human monument and summon at least 3 recruits and 3 scouts. If you are unable to produce units, you will find text marked in red in the help window, which specifies the reason why, for example, a missing or unoccupied building, or insufficient resource.
Ready to fight, sir.
The orcs have their own scouts always on the lookouts for enemies. If
Awaiting
one of
your
these
order.
scouts discovers
shall
your
not fail.
settlement
Eyes
or
on my
your
sword,
walls,
ready, sir.
he will
Here.
return to his headquarters and sound the alarm.
Let's go.
A scout is about to discover your settlement, which is shown by a yellow symbol
Follow me.
appearing on the overview map.
Now.
Destroy the opponents before they can get away.
Awaiting your orders. Fortify the defenses.
Shall not fail.
You may not be attacked now. Enemy headquarters will eventually notice the missing scout and start searching for him. You
Let's
have,
go.
however, gained time and can use it to quickly produce more scouts and recruits. It is important for you to destroy the buildings in the enemy camp as quickly as possible, because new opponents are continuously being recruited there. To produce a
Here I am.
larger army, you will need larger quantities of food. Select your human monument. The lower numbers in the selection window on the left indicate how many combat units you have, as well as the maximum number you can support. The current maximum is 10. Inside the headquarters buildings, you can use food to increase the maximum size of your army. Select your small headquarters building.
Awaiting your orders. Securing the area.
In the action bar below, you will now see a symbol for food. When you hold the mouse, when you click, increase the maximum number of combat units to at least 20 units by clicking the symbol twice. If the symbol is darkened, your hunters have not acquired sufficient food, and you will have to wait a while. With the small headquarters, you can support a maximum of 30 combat units. Medium-sized or large headquarters, which will become available later, afford additional possibilities to increase the maximum level. If you later decide to play with 2 allied races, then the maximum number of combat units for the entire army applies, with the races
Eyes
also
open,
sharing
sword
the
ready,
food.
sir. Understood.
Produce additional scouts and recruits and destroy the orc
Ready to
camp
fight,
in
sir.
the
All
east.
right.
Secure more resources and ensure you have
Here.
sufficient food.
Yes. Destiny awaits. Let's go. Follow me. Now. Quickly now. Follow me. Forwards. Quickly now. Quickly now. To adventure. Follow me. Forwards. At arms, men. For our into battle we go. Here. Forwards.
You cannot search corpses or chests when enemies are near. There is a chest in the orc camp. Stand close to it with one of your characters, and you will be able to open the chest by clicking with the right mouse button. Take possession of both plans. You have just found the construction plan for a new building, and the unit plan for the human unit clerics. Open your inventory and go to the plans page. Here you have an overview. Place the unit plan in a free space among the units in the lower line. You can now produce this unit at your human monument, provided you have the required buildings and sufficient resources.
Master of
Place
Moon?
the building plan in an empty slot on the line of building icons. The first line may be full, so you might have to press the right arrow.
Here I am. Here we go.
Now your workers are able to construct the Temple of Light. Close your inventory.
Destiny awaits. Into battle we go.
If you want to summon human units with magic near the orc camp, you will find an
Follow
aria
me.
spring.
Now.
Simple workers are not able to collect aria. You will need a special building for that purpose. Put up an aria shrine near the aria spring and the Temple of Light in your main settlement. To select this building, you must click on the pointer on the right of the building selection.
Yes? Building completed. Your orders?
Here. Let's go.
Up to 5 workers can work in the Arya Shrine and collect Arya. The Temple of Light serves to invoke units with magic powers, comparable to the Forge for weapon production. Several temples allow you to invoke magic units more quickly. Additionally, you can buy upgrades at the Temple of Light. Upgrades are possible on several buildings, and they generally improve your units as well as offering other benefits. If you select the temple and have sufficient resources, you can click the clerical blessing symbol below. All the clerics you summon after this will have a shield and sizable mana reserves at their disposal. Beside the Arya Spring, you will see Lenya plants and moon silver. Both resources cannot be used by humans, but play an important role for other races. Produce at least 3 clerics. Should you be unable to produce the unit, the button will be darkened.
Yes, sir.
In this case, move the mouse over the button and follow the instructions in the help window. In case you already have the maximum number of units, you can select units and destroy them by using the key K. The next thing we want to do is gear up iron production a little. Put up a smelting works as close as possible to your mine building.
Ready to go. That way. Break's over, time for work. Ready to go. Break's over, time for work. Here I am, as good as done. Your orders? Here we go. Yes, I'm on it. Ready to go. Break's over, time for work. Building completed.
The mine craftsman will now deliver the mined ore to the smelting works, where it will be processed further. This means you will now receive the double quantity of resources per delivery. Simple workers can only deliver their resources to headquarters and monuments. All the craftsmen can deliver their iron ore to a smelting works, their wood to a sawmill, their stones to a stonemason's hut, or their food to a storehouse, which then doubles the amount of each delivery. Build a food storehouse.
Master of the room? As good as done. Upgrade complete. A new skill is available.
Ready for action.
I'm ready.